Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And on my channel, we talk about celebrity news and gossip, and I give my opinion. If you have not hit that subscribe button already, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and make sure at the end of the video you visit my website. Okay, now before we jump on in and break everything down, and you know what I'm saying, I give my opinion in its totality, I want to remind you guys to go to neekatnight.com. You will find a lot of cute pajamas, and you'll also find the shirt that I am wearing now. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing this shirt called I'm a Flirt, and you can find this on neekatnight.com. Okay, now let's jump into it. Now, first things first, I'm going to start with Selena Powell, then I'm going to ease my way into how Keke Palmer, what she said exactly, show you what she said exactly, and break that down. So first things first, Selena Powell is a woman who seeks after celebrities to expose them. She made several allegations that were false about several celebrities. Like, she has made countless and countless of lies. She's even, faked, I think, what did she fake? Like a birth certificate, or she faked something. Like, she faked like documents. She faked all kind of stuff, and she has spread a lot of lies. But just like, some people that I see on YouTube, they'll spread lies. But if you mix in a couple truths within those lies, people will take what you say as factual because you had one or two right things. And you know what I'm saying? And they'll forget that you're a fucking liar. With this whole Selena Powell situation, I look at her cases at a case-by-case situation. Being that she's lied about babies, lied about pregnancy. She even, I think she even showed a baby at one point that was her friend's baby, and she faked and act like she had a full-term pregnancy. She lied on, so I take her at a case-by-case basis each time she has a new allegation. The truths that she had was when she actually really did deal with Tekashi 6ix9ine, and she showed, I believe, her in the bed with him. She actually really did deal with Snoop Dogg, and, she showed proof of that. But within, like I said, her having some truthful ones in there, there is a lot of lies as well. So no, Keke Palmer's situation does not validate Selena Powell. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. And Keke Palmer's situation, it wasn't even a sexual assault or a sexual allegation of that magnitude. And this is just a prime example of how social media runs with follow the leader mentality. One person says something, and even, if it's not even accurate, the next person will follow the leader and say, well, Keke Palmer said, and then you ask them, well, what the hell did Keke Palmer say? Half of the people is running around thinking that Trey Songz sexually assaulted Keke Palmer, and that wasn't even the allegation.
You guys, I'm honestly so upset and so livid that Trey Songz put me in his artist's video because I told him I didn't want to be in that goddamn video.
But I'm going to get to that. So anyways, so last year, about 11 months ago, almost a year ago, pretty much, Selena Powell came forward and she made a video and she said that Trey Songz kidnapped her. So in this video, she said she was at like a club, and while she was at the club, they were leaving the club, and her friend got in the car, and they said that they wanted to leave, but they kept going. So they considered that like, oh, we got kidnapped. So then in this video, by the end of the video of her explaining how they're at the club and, she's saying she's kidnapped and all this kind of stuff, she then talks about how by the end of the night, Trey Songz made her do stuff to him. So basically, like, he made her perform acts on him is what she said in the video. Then she came back, I want to say like a month later, she did another YouTube video talking about how Trey Songz didn't like the fact that, she had made that video. He said that she was lying on him. She showed screenshots where he told her, like, I don't appreciate that video, like, you lying for clout or whatever, and I don't fuck with it. And, they had an exchange. I'm going to show you guys the first clip from the first video, and then I'll show you the text message exchange from the second video. So here is the first time she talked about the situation.
I was like, I'm so sorry today. I feel like we're getting kicked down. Like, I'm so sorry. And she was like, it's whatever. Like, I'm ready to go home anyway.
Bro. So
We
these
went
guys.
to him. His security, like, pulled us through.
They're like, where's your phones?
Trey Songz was like, yo, give me your phones. And we're like, okay. And I gave him my phones. And then he asked her for her phone.
And I was like, okay. And then they put us in a fucking Sprinter bus and with like 10 other girls, like literally.
As soon as we saw all the girls, we're like, oh no,
like
we
what
don't
is going on here?
We
so we like it was like
and the security like slammed the door.
Like we could not leave at all. Like we were like, yo, like we're not trying to be here. Like we're trying to go home. They were like, no, like you guys are coming with us.
One eternity later.
Hey, don't get me.
I was like, okay. Yeah, she was like, please, like, just cooperate with him. So then he took me back and he's like, go wait in the bathroom. And I thought it was like on punishment again. So I was like, oh my gosh, like whatever it is. So I went to the bathroom. He came in. He like pushed me down, made me do some things, and then
I fell asleep on the couch, right?
Yeah, and then I came out and she was asleep. And I had my whole face like rearranged.
I'm sorry, I know it's not funny, but like looking back at it now, like honestly,
looking back at it, we were way over dramatic.
Okay, so as you hear that, that is her explanation of the first situation. So then, like I said, she followed up with another video. These videos gained like views on YouTube, but it did not gain traction with the vlogs. So, you know, she didn't really get the full attention that she was looking for. So then she followed it up with another video. That video only did like YouTube numbers, no blogs picked it up. So, you know, that was that. So they had an exchange of text messages, and this is what the text messages said between the two. And this is Trey's response to her posting the first video.
So today I just wanted to give you guys kind of like an update about my last video about what happened with Trey Songz. So I have been in contact with him, and he reached out to me literally like minutes after it was posted, and he was like, so I seen your little YouTube video you did about me. And I was like, did you subscribe? And he was not having it.
Okay, so this is the text message that she showed, and mind you, this is a year ago. This is their communication a year ago after she made this first initial video a year ago. So in the text messages, she said, you need help and a little jail time. Multiple B's are hitting me up saying you did the exact same thing to them. One of them said they were in ATL with you and 50, and she tried to leave and your security dragged her by her hair. And then he wrote her back and he said, you hit me up trying to be cool, yet you online telling lies. Make that make sense to me. And then she said, highlight my lies. I did want to be cool with you because we live in the same building. Do you understand that? And then so he said, so why the F is a YouTube video up? And then she said, it's because I don't care anymore. I just didn't want my building thinking that there was issues, but they already know, so I don't care. And then he replied and said, cool. So the conversation continues, and he goes on to say, right, like I'm going to believe that. You out there to throw dirt on my name, and it's to be expected. That's what you do. Don't hit me with the BS as if that's not what you own, though. It's sad and effed up, but that's what you do, so do you. So she replied and she said, bruh, you have hoes galore. Why you worried about my video about what happened? You probably didn't watch it. You've been in the media hitting bitches for years, and bitches still flock to you, so why you care? And then he said, wow, you already know why. You just want to text back and forth and back and forth. And then she said, I'm finna block you. Bye, bitch. And then he says, I'm going to pray for you. And then it says, take the video down if you really, and then it stops right there. I'm assuming that it says, you know, take the video down if you're really trying to, you know, be cool or whatever. Okay, so fast forward to basically a whole year later, she does a podcast with Adam 22 of No Jumper podcast. And on the podcast, she has, it's like her, Tweedledee, and then like another Tweedledum, like video groupie or a groupie chick or whatever. And they were sharing their stories or whatever. And on there, she's talking about how Trey Songz, she's saying that he raped her. And the girl on there is talking about how Trey Songz peed on her. I'm going to show you guys that video, and then I'll be back.
On my birthday is Memorial Day weekend.
Uh-huh.
On my birthday, I seen them all at Dre's, like this one team.
Okay.
She's so shy. It's so cute,
I know,
baby.
like, shit. And I don't know, I was getting fucked in a hotel room. They all pulled up, and I sucked their
Put
dick.
the mic down.
The whole team.
7.
7 basketball players in a row? Mm-hmm. How was that?
I was fucked up. I didn't fuck any of them, though.
She said,
What happened to the nuts?
Swallowed.
All of them.
Yeah.
And nothing happened? You didn't have like a weird reaction in your stomach or anything?
No, I passed
that
out.
sounds so fun.
You're almost making it sound like you were too fucked up to be sucking 7 dicks. And also, you were getting fucked by somebody else right before this?
Yeah, they walked in mid me getting fucked.
How did they
from the
walk
back.
in? Where were you?
In the
You don't look
told
back. Do you look back at this as a positive memory?
Yeah, I don't care. It was lit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I respect
She's
that.
just nervous right now.
No, I mean, she's not that nervous if she immediately told us about sucking 7 dicks in a row.
Subject to me because I used to think like everyone lied on like rappers and you know like because you see like Kodak Black like raped people like 21 Savage like raped people.
Wait, 21? Who said that?
No, like allegedly like I just heard that like allegedly like all these girls are saying like they got raped by like Usher and you know so I was like y'all are fucking liars until it happened to me.
Who raped you?
Trey Songz.
Wow.
So when that happened to me,
I didn't know what was happening. He just did it. He just like was
bitch,
like,
please say who.
fuck Trey Songz. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck
Fuck him. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He wants
Wait,
me.
how did he surprise pee on you? What?
Okay, so I go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom to wipe the nut off my face, like in between rounds. He follows me in there. He's like, get in the bathtub. I'm like, okay. So I do, and I'm like laying down. He's standing over me, like jacking off, and he's like, "Play with your pussy." I'm like, "Okay." So I do, and then he's like, "Play with your tits." So I do, and then he literally just peed on me like that, and I was like, "What the fuck on my eyelashes?" And he's like, "You're fine," and I was like,
You're fine. How many rounds has Trey Songz gotten him?
"Oh, 5 million."
Really?
Yes. When I left, there was a pile of condoms on the ground. I was like, "Whoa, I don't even."
He
I
wore
was
a
fucked
condom
up.
every time?
Yeah.
Holy
Thank God.
shit, this
I
guy's
think-
got an invincible
Did you
cock,
know well
huh?
how you told me?
Thank God. What?
I wish she was nervous, but I'm not gonna make her go out.
He already got mad at me for like talking about it, but I don't give a fuck.
Who cares, bitch?
Trey.
Just don't ever see him.
Terry?
No, Trey.
Okay, so as you can see, Selena Powell is saying that Trey Songz raped her, and the girl is saying that he peed on her. And, you know, they're giving their claims as far as their encounter with Trey Songz. Well, Trey Songz came back, and he was basically like, you guys are all cap. And he showed messages where, I don't know if it was Selena or the girl, you know, where they were begging him, like she was begging him to unblock her, like unblock me, you know, talk to me, and all of these things, like, you know, I apologize, and I'm sorry, and all of this stuff, and begging him to, like, eat his ass, and begging him to, like, suck his dick, and, you know, constantly telling him, you know, all of these things, like, trying to get in his good graces. So anyways, so they kind of went back and forth on Twitter. So Trey Songz basically was, you know, defending himself, and he was saying, like, basically, normally I don't, like, defend myself in these situations. Normally I just let rumors be rumors, and I don't even respond to it. But, you know, a sexual assault allegation is a serious one, and whether you are guilty or not, and this is a proven fact, like, whether once it's out there, once a girl says this person did something to me, even if she lies, even if she recants, there is a lot of people who are still going to run with it because a lot of people don't use critical thinking skills. It don't work like that in this day and age. Critical thinking skills does not happen these days at all. So Trey Songz says, I usually stay quiet on this, but I feel that in many ways, the movement to fight for women who actually have suffered harassment and abuse on various levels has been hijacked by those who find it convenient for themselves to come up as they seek to destroy someone's life. He said, I brush it off every time, but once you have an allegation, no matter its true weight and validation, it's now happened once and to some will be believable from that moment forward. None of that happened. So basically he then showed messages, And the message starts, I guess, at June, and it says, "You're so gay for blocking me." And then it says, then he responds and says, "Stop sending them weak ass videos all the time then." And then it says, "You don't even say shit. So how would I know, weirdo?" And then it shows, a photo that she sent, and then 2 videos that she sent in August, and then then Friday. So this is a recent conversation. These screenshots would not say Friday and then August 5th if this was the last year. It would say the year. It would say 2019 on there if it was 2019. So these are new DMs. So she's asking to be unblocked, begging to see him a year later after this so-called assault that she's saying happened. And then she's saying, she's in LA. And then he's saying, "Oh, yeah." And then so she's like, "Yeah, let me eat your ass. Call me." "Nope. Call me now." And then he didn't respond. It looked like he kind of left her on red. She's asking to eat his ass. So then on Saturday, or maybe there was a call and then maybe she did eat his ass. I don't know. But on Saturday, she then hits him up and it says, "Where you at?" And then she says, "4 seasons. Unblock me and FaceTime me because I'm falling asleep." Then she leaves the number. So she leaves a number, and then under that, she writes, "Good night, nigga." So basically what I get from that is, how you send somebody something like, "Call me," and then they don't call you, and then you get fed up with the dude that you're talking to or whatever. Because, I just take this for instance, when I'm talking to guys, and I'll be like, "Call me" or something, and then they don't call you, and then some time go by, and you be like, "Whatever, nigga." You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what this gives. She gave the number, he didn't call, and then she says, "Good night, nigga." So then after that, he asked her which 4 seasons, where. And then she says, "LA, I'll drop a pin, text me." And then he's like, "Beverly Hills?" She's like, "No, I'm downtown." He says, "Get an Uber." And then she's begging him to unblock her again. So then she sends the number again. So by her sending the number from Friday to Saturday, I'm going to assume that maybe they did not link up on Friday, and then he's leaving her on dry. She's begging to see him, and then he's kind of leaving her on red. Because I don't see if he did call, I don't see why she would continue to keep sending the same number, because he would have had it already. So anyways, he says, "Catch a Uber, baby." And then she says, "Okay, what's the addy? I'm on my period. I can only suck dick." So then it says, "What are you doing after that?" And so he was pretty much showing you guys are saying that I wronged you, but just a few days ago, because mind you, it said Friday, Wednesday, when it happens like that, that means that they recently hit you that week. So within this week of the podcast, before they did the podcast or whatever, oh girl, and this is not Selena messaging him back and forth. Oh girl that said that he peed on her. This is her messaging him back and forth. So he's showing the messages to pretty much say okay, you guys are sitting up there saying that I wronged you, but you're just begging me to link up with you, and you were just begging me to, do all of these things or whatever. And he was showing how he was paying it dust and leaving them on red. And I think in one of the messages he said, "y'all." So I think he knew that she was with Selena. And it's this girl is supposed to be buddy with Selena, her best friend. So if a man violated your best friend and did her wrong, why are you begging to suck his D? Why are you begging to link up with him if Selena is your best friend and he did something violating her? I don't know. Now that we've gone over those messages, Selena Powell feels like, okay, well, you're showing the messages between my friends. She's claiming that last year she filed a lawsuit or tried to pick up a lawsuit with, I believe, Lisa Bloom against him. She showed receipts of that. And what I want to say is this is the effect of once you lie and you build a reputation of scheming and making up stuff on people, if something really does happen to you, yes, people are not going to believe you. Now, in this situation, I don't know if I have enough to determine whether she's telling the truth or not. It is what it is. It's up to you to decide if you believe her or not. I just, she has too many lies for me, too many schemes, and admitted to too many plots and tried to come up off of clout. So I'm going to set my opinion of it out, whether I believe her or not. Like I said, it's up to you. But this is what happens when you lie on people and you make a reputation of lying on people over and over and over again. And you guys cannot equate that to Keke Palmer. I do not believe that this situation is a situation where we need to be connecting Keke Palmer's allegations to it, because they're two totally different things. They're not the same. Keke Palmer was not sexually assaulted. She did not claim sexual assault. And now we're going to get into that. So a lot of people have been bringing Keke Palmer up in this situation, and they're alleging that people did not believe Keke back then, and they should have, they're believing the white woman, but they didn't believe the black woman, and black women are unprotected, and nobody protects black women. The bullshit that people are running. The whole black women are unprotected narrative is really blowing me. Like, it's really, really, really getting on my nerves, because people are applying that narrative to things that it does not apply. People are applying like, oh, well, you didn't believe the black woman. First of all, Keke Palmer's incident was not an incident whether people believed her or not believed her. People believed that she felt like, you know, she was pressured, but there were eyebrow raised, and there were people who felt whether or not she overreacted or acted accurately. There were people who felt like she overreacted to the situation, but there was not a situation of, we don't believe you at that. Like, this wasn't the situation. So the fact that people are trying to run the, oh, y'all didn't believe Keke narrative back then is really upsetting me and my homegirls, because that was not the topic at hand. It wasn't a situation of whether people believe Keke Palmer or not. It was a situation of whether people felt like she overreacted or not. Now, Keke Palmer went to a video shoot of some guy who had had a song that had mentioned her in the song. So the song was not Trey Songz' song. It was a guy who, I guess he was, I think he was like a singer or something. He was having a video shoot. They were shooting videos. There was signs showing that a video shoot was in progress. And Keke Palmer went to the video shoot that was like a video shoot / kickback. Now, while she was at this video shoot / kickback, she stated that she did not want to be a part of the video. Now, when Keke Palmer came forward and she made her claims, she made claims that she was pressured into being in the video. Again, the word sexual intimidation was used. And again, I think that that was also something that was up for debate, whether or not she used the right terminology, because it wasn't a sexual thing. Like, it wasn't him trying to pressure her to have sex. It wasn't a sexual assault. It wasn't anything like that. So also what was up for debate at the time, because I remember, because I do celebrity news and gossip, so I remember this. I don't think that I covered it on my channel, but I do remember this story, and I remember watching her on The Breakfast Club. What was up for debate was the terminology of her, not using the word pressured and using sexual intimidation, or I think she said something like that. So this wasn't whether people believed her or not. They believed that she probably felt uncomfortable. They just didn't understand, or they just didn't feel like it was a situation where it warranted her to, go hide in a closet.
You guys, I'm honestly so upset and so livid that Trey Songz put me in his artist's video, because I told him I didn't want to be in that goddamn video. Literally, I had so much fun New Year's, my trip to Miami. And then the last day, I went to his house because they was having a party. And I've known Trey since I was 12 and kept in touch with him consistently. But I've known him. He's seen me throughout my life. We were signed to the same label under the same production manager when I was a kid. So it's always been love whenever I seen him. I knew he was in Miami. He's doing a party. Cool. I'm going to come through. Me and my friends came through. It was a good time. They start playing a song that I happen to be in. They start saying like they want me to be in it. One person asks me. I say no. Another person asks me. I'm like, no. People keep asking me. Now, mind you, they've been giving food, they've been giving drinks, and I'm just starting to feel like, yo, I'm being like cornered, like, and I'm not in a professional situation. Like, I came here for a party, but I'm being pressured to do business, and I'm not in the right mind. I'm under the influence, and I don't feel like it's fair that I'm having to deal with this right now. I didn't know what to do, because my Uber wasn't going to get there quick enough time. So I was like, what do I do in this meantime? I know the shit sounds comical as fuck, but y'all, I hid in the goddamn closet. I hid in the goddamn closet because I was so afraid. Like, I didn't know what to do. I really, really don't like conflict. And I didn't want to, like, it was just too much. I started to feel overwhelmed. There was like a lot of people constantly saying something. And I don't wish to call somebody out, but like, yo, that's not cool. And like, for me to look and see the video and to feel that disrespect, like, then you're wrong. You're wrong for saying something. You're wrong for calling something out. Like, no, my thing is just respect me and we're all good.
Okay, so as you can see, her sentiments about the situation, it was about her being pressured to be asked to be in a video that she did not want to be in. It was not a sexual situation, but when she came forward to talk about it again, she kind of used certain words, and she used words like sexual intimidation, and people equated it to like a rape or something when it was not really a rape. So people were debating about her word usage. It was not a matter of if they believed she was pressured or not. It was the fact of they didn't believe that sexual intimidation was a word that she should have used. So she came forward after that, and she had made a statement after she seen the video had came out, and she seen that she was in it, and she said that she didn't approve of it. She made a statement, and she came forward, and she said, "This is preposterous. How am I in this video, Trey? After you found me in a closet hiding because I was so afraid of any more conflict, literally my last option was to hide because you all would not listen when I said I did not want to be in the video the first time. Just because you give someone food and alcohol and throw in a little sexual intimidation doesn't mean they will buckle. Yet you still disrespected me as a young woman whom you've known since she was 12. You still defied my wishes and in turn showed your lack of respect for a brand that took me 14 years to build and put me in the video against my wishes." And then so on and so forth went on. She said a lot more, but that's kind of like the gist of it. So now that this whole Selena Powell situation is being brought up, people are equating it when it's two totally different situations. And I'm going to show you a message at the time. Like at the time, there was a lot of people who believed her. Like they believed her, but then the only flip side of it was people who felt like she used buzzwords. They said keywords like, like you're using buzzwords and things like that, and people didn't agree with that. It wasn't a matter of they didn't believe her. They just didn't like her word usage. I don't think that this situation goes here in the same conversation with Selena Powell. I feel like it's two totally different things. And the problem that I'm having with it is because a lot of people did not even know what Keke Palmer's real claims were. Because she used the buzzword sexual intimidation, people automatically equated it to sexual assault. Take, for example, Cash Flow Harlem. So Cash Flow Harlem is a rapper and a social media like influencer, and he does like videos on trending topics. Just like the most people who just repeated, y'all didn't believe Keke narrative, Cash Flow did a video trying to prove that black women, like we need to believe black women when they say stuff, and white women are the people who are the one falsely accusing black men. Now, I will agree that in cases where there are the falsely accused, there are more so cases with white women who accuse black men of things falsely than black women. I agree with that part. However, he did not even know the full context of what happened with Keke when he ran with this black women are unprotected narrative. Just like most of the people on social media, they just run with what a next person says without doing their proper research, their proper due diligence, and they just run with it. I'm going to show you a piece of his video, and then I'm going to show you what was said in the comment section.
This woman here spoke out about being sexually abused and expressed traumatic experiences, but the public seemed to dispel and invalidate her claims. But contrarily, when this Caucasian woman makes the exact same claims against the same alleged abuser, her words get validated and sanctioned by the public. Now I'm baffled, because history clearly shows that black women are not the ones known for propelling fictitious narratives out here, aka lying. Exhibit A. Carolyn Bryant.
Okay, so he then goes on to prove his point by saying that all of the times that white women falsely accuse men. First of all, Keke Palmer never talked about being sexually abused by Trey Songz. She never gave allegations of a sexual assault. What she talked about was her being at a video shoot. And this is the problem with social media, is a lot of people keep running with these narratives without doing their proper research, without even finding out what the actual shit is at all. Keke Palmer never said that she was sexually abused, but now he has done this video, which is false, and with false information to kind of, make his point or to trend or whatever. Or, and a lot of people are hopping on this protect black women wave and creating these narratives because that's kind of a bandwagon and a trend as well. Like, people are creating these black women are not protected narratives, even when they don't apply, to trend and fall on a band. Like, it's just a mess. So in the comment section of this video, people were like, wait a minute, Keke Palmer never said that she was sexually abused. Like, what are you talking about? And somebody commented and they're like, wait, when did Trey sexually abuse her? I thought she was mad because she was invited to do a video shoot and was mad because she was in the video, or did something else happen? ? He replies after making this blatant claim saying that Keke Palmer cried about being sexually abused when she never did. He then says, I'm honestly not sure what happened, and I don't like to speak on other people's experiences, but she claimed to be sexually intimidated. I may be reacting, but in my book, sexual intimidation is a form of sexual abuse. No. First of all, no. You just don't want to take the video down. You don't want to admit that you're wrong. So you want to now say that sexual intimidation is equivalent when there was not even a sexual, how did he sexually intimidate her when it wasn't a matter of him trying to get her to have sex with him? And let me be crystal clear to the simple-minded bitches in the back, because you'll listen to what I say and you'll flip it. No way, shape, or form was Trey Songz ever to pressure her. That was not okay neither. But what I'm saying is how groupthink travels information, and it gets regurgitated like the game of telephone, and then people are repeating false narratives over and over and over and over and over again. That's my point. Now, again, there's going to be the simple-minded, twist my words bitches in the back, and no, I'm not saying that it's okay to pressure her to be in a video. That's not what I'm saying. That's not the point that I'm making. What I'm saying is for people to confuse the two and keep intertwining it. And the reason why they are is because there was a buzzword sexual intimidation put in there. And again, it was the right word, I feel like, and a lot of people who debated about it at the time felt like it was more of a pressure, like being pressured to do something. Like, if I say I don't want to do it, don't ask me again. Which if she said she don't want to do it, they should have never asked her again, and they should have never put her in the video. But that's not the point that I'm making, even though the simple bird brain bitches in the back is still going to be somebody in the comments who's still, but he shouldn't have never pressured her. You're right. He should not have. And that's not my point. But there's still going to be that bird in the comments. Anyways, so like I said, so my whole point was, people equating and attaching this Keke story to this story, and most of the people, I kid you not, I remember this story verbatim. I remember watching that Breakfast Club interview. I remember this happening, but I kid you not, most of the people who repeated the y'all didn't believe a black woman, now y'all believe in a white woman narrative, did not even know the true story behind the allegation. They did not even know that it was revolving around a video shoot appearance. They all were repeating it, and there was even many repeating that she was sexually assaulted, or she made claims that he sexually abused her when she never said that. My whole thing is, no, it wasn't right for him to pressure her to be in a video, but don't make up claims that the woman did not say. That's my whole thing. Don't make up claims that she did not say to then try to validate a known liar, to try to, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't like that. I just don't like that. So, that's just that is prime example of what's going on with this story. Again, and like I said, I want to be clear. I don't feel sorry for Trey Songz for having, the brunt of dealing with Selena Powell, because he knew already her get down. She exposed every single person she dealt with. He knew that she made up fake lies about Offset. He knew that she made up all of these fake stories up, and he still had her in his section and dealt with her, and then also dealt with her friend and was dealing sexually with her friend, and her friend that's supposed to be her BFF. So I don't feel sorry for Trey. However, I don't like incorrect narratives being spun around social media, and I don't like how people are running with this narrative of, oh, well, y'all didn't believe Keke Palmer, as if Keke Palmer alleged sexual abuse. It just is. Like, if you feel like he's guilty, cool, but don't try to stretch what happened with Keke to validate. Like, I just feel like that's bogus. I don't like the direction that we're going in. I don't like what's happening. I just don't like that. Like, I don't feel sorry for Trey, but I don't like false narratives either. Like, I feel like that's whack. Like, if you feel like, this Selena Powell, if you believe that she was raped, then hey, that's on you. But I just wanted to correct some of the information that's being put out with this story. I don't know. I just don't like it. But that's that on that. I'm kind of getting tired of the black woman is unprotected narrative that people are running with, because I think a lot of people are hopping on the bandwagon because it's popular to run with this narrative now. And there's a lot of people who are, making, like, their channels are really doing well because they're creating these narratives and people are just eating it up. And I'm just not that girl to do that. But anyways, so that's all on this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. Be sure to check out my website, neekatnight.com, and check out, the items that I have available.